In this video, I'm going to make a blind bearing or pilot bearing puller. Let's get it done. Now for this project, you don't need too many parts. You basically need a raw bolt of whichever size or thickness, depends on the hole size of your bearing, because this needs to be a fairly good or tight fit going in there. On top of those, you're going to need a bolt, a nut for that bolt, a washer to fit it, and 3 pieces of flat bar cut to size depending on the length of your raw bolt and the bolt put together. So let's quickly see how we're going to get this done. Let's swipe this all one side. So the first thing that you would want to do or need to do is connect the bolt of your raw bolt. You can unscrew that from the bottom part, and this needs to be welded to the back side of your other bolt. It should preferably be a bigger one. It's just easier to weld and easier to work with. So this should be welded together. Then the 3 pieces of flat bar that you've taken should be welded onto each other so that the bearing can fit in between them. This would be 3 pieces of flat bar welded together, and the bearing should be able to fit in between like so. Now once this is done, once it's welded together fairly sturdy, and once the bolt is welded to the raw bolt like so, on the top end here, raw bolt is put back in place, we're going to give this a test. Now the main idea is for this part to go into your bracket like so. On top side you're going to put a washer with a bolt like this. This will go into the main bearing like so, and this will be tightened so that it kicks open inside the bearing and then being pulled out. Let's go for a demonstration. Okay, so for demonstration purposes, I hammered a bearing into a piece of wooden plank here. Now this is obviously not the same as it would be, as tight as it would be inside metal casing or so, but for demonstration purposes this would be sufficient just to be able to pull it out. So to start, I'm going to take the raw bolt with the bolt welded on top of it. I'm going to insert it into the bearing hole. Once it's inserted, I'm going to, while holding the raw bolt, slightly pull up on the bolt so that it's steady, solid, inserted there now. Once that is done, I'm going to take this mount with the 3 pieces of metal flat bar. I'm going to put it over that, and then over that I'm going to put the washer, and then almost I lost a nut there. And then I'm going to screw the nut onto there like so. Now take a wrench of any sort, just make sure this is properly over the hole, and start tightening it. And the more you tighten it, just make sure that it's properly tightened, yes, the more you tighten it, it will start pulling the bearing from the hole. Now once again, this is only in a wooden plank, but demonstration wise this is very efficient. There you go, pulled from the plank, and it's solid on the raw bolt, so there's no way this is going to come off if this was a case where this would be in metal casing. So you can see that's pretty solid on there. Now in order to remove this, just push the bearing in a bit, push the raw bolt back like so, and the bearing would simply slide off again, and this would be ready to be used again. And this way you can take out many or quite a few bearings with the same tool, much easier, and it'll save you a lot of time. So if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Also feel welcome to share the video with your friends, and also consider subscribing, and you'll see all the other fun projects that I'm using, or making at least. Using all kinds of bits and pieces laying around, scrap metal, scrap bits, scrap pieces. So in order to see the rest of my video and projects, be sure to subscribe. So until next time, thank you very much guys, bye bye.